It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Phoenix Suns here at their home. Well, for the Suns, this game for them is a quality opportunity to grab a much-needed win on their home court, facing a team that's also going through some adversity. Guys, Devin Booker, even in his rookie season, you saw something special with the way he can score the ball, and he just keeps on getting better. Can he be the top scoring two-guard at some point in his career?
Top scoring, yes, but his goal should be the top overall two-guard, two-way player. I think he has the ability to score, and we've seen that early in his career. Now his anticipation on the defensive end and his aggressiveness on the defensive end, if that increases, he has a chance to be the best two-guard in 5 years.
And I agree with you, Kenny, and he's already a problem to defend without doubling. This kid can fat out play.
And with that, just about time for tip. We'll see you later.
$20,000 fans in chorus in a sold-out arena here in Phoenix, Arizona. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, Nate McMillan took over as coach of the Pacers last season. Now, his previous head coaching job had been 5 seasons prior. He said, now, there's a lot of old school in me, but I do understand you have to adapt with this generation of players, the millennials, and how you communicate. And they want to bring that old school discipline to this team. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It's great to have a mix of those things. Adapt or die, as they say. Some impressive athletes tonight, Brent, really on both sides. How much of the outcome will come down to which team executes the best?
Yeah, most of the games decided in this league do come down to that very fact, Kevin.
Execution.
Yeah, which of these teams is going to put themselves first in position and then to do their best with the position they put themselves into. That means execution.
Here we go.
And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Indiana, Collison and Oladipo pair at the 1 and the 2. Young and Turner up front, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot. Chris gets the bucket.
Well, the confidence of Marquise Chris continues to grow from that range.
Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a win against Cleveland.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Collison kicks to Turner. Bogdanovich wide open. Drills it from outside. Bogdanovich has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Knight passes to Booker. And here's Chris. Back to Booker. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Turner. Knight against Collison. The feed now to Bogdanovich. Six to shoot. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
Knight kicks to Booker. Chandler with a screen for Booker. Here's Chris. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Chris has got 5 points so far.
Quick decision-making from Marquise Chris. Fantastic at knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Collison. Tyson Chandler grabs the board.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Not sure you can ask for a better look. He can make those shots while sleeping.
Collison kicks to Young. Turner with a screen for Young. Shoots off the screen, and Chandler sends it back.
Chandler takes his defense seriously. That's what he gets paid for, utilizing his outstanding length to stifle shooters.
Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And up and down this Suns roster, there is a ton of youth. One of the younger teams in our league last season, and that was weighted with Tyson Chandler's age. A lot of young players looking to make their mark here in the NBA.
That one misses. And last season, the Suns broke their franchise record for the youngest starting 5 the team has ever put on the court on multiple occasions.
Yeah, and with those young lineups, you can see the benefits, but also the concerns. I mean, they got a lot of extended looks at young players, and this team figures to have a bright future. But let's face it, there were some inconsistent stretches because of that youth. It's always difficult for a young group to learn how to become efficient and effective in the half court.
Here's Chris, following the score by Miles Turner. Knight kicks to Booker. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Booker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pacers trail by 4. Down low, it's tipped. Chandler with the steal. The Suns have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Knight kicks to Booker. Back to Knight. To the inside, Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
A good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
The Pacers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Oladipo dishes to Collison. Oladipo sets the screen for Collison. He got right to the cup using that screen. Collison's got his first bucket of the night. Phoenix leading by 4. Outside Knight. Pass to Chris. Booker in the corner. Out to Knight. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Jackson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Darren Collison.
Yeah, and the versatility of Jackson's game. He's a super confident kid who certainly has the potential to be a star.
For Phoenix, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Good on the second free throw. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
Knight kicks to Chandler. Turner with the steal. Oladipo against Booker. Oladipo misses. Suns leading by 5. Booker outside. Jackson in the corner. Oladipo against Booker. Yep, it counts. Booker's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Booker can mix it up. Once he's got a lane to the hoop, he jumps all over the defense there.
Turner with a screen on Jackson. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Now, here is Knight. A 14-point game for him in the win against Houston. Here's Booker. Again, Phoenix.
Booker focused on scoring right there. Even under duress, Booker finding a way to sink a very tough shot.
Here's Collison. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Chandler is screen. Knight passes to Chandler. Here's Booker. And it's sent back by Turner. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Here's Bogdanovich. The putback. Rebound by the Suns. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Kicks it out to Booker. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got his third assist on the night.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Brent, even though it might be somewhat counterintuitive, the numbers show that up-tempo styles are fairly high in efficiency. That may surprise some people. Why do you think that's so?
Well, I think what gives in that scenario, Kevin, is it's so hard to scramble back with teams that are operating in the first 6 or 7 seconds of the shot clock to cover the three-point line. All of a sudden, you're running out to guys and opening up space in the interior. That's going to open up drive opportunities to the lane and easy layups. And where you see that most are big men who are getting taken advantage of by running back into the paint. Those threes are worth more than 2. That math class pays off.
It does. I can tell. Now, here's Ariza following the shot by Evans. Here's McDermott. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Sabonis, and he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college, so him working inside, that's a good sign. And Sabonis is a very skilled young big man. He stepped right into the starting role last year with the Thunder and consistently was getting about 20 minutes, trying to figure out where it is that he could be effective. The one thing about Sabonis that I think is going to help him is more touches around the paint. Last year, a lot of room to grow as a perimeter player. We'll see if he can put it together this year.
And for those of you wondering why Sabonis' name sounds familiar, well, he is the son of the legendary Lithuanian player Arvydas Sabonis.
Well, if you watch the two of those guys side by side, the one thing that stands out between the Sabonis big men is the fact that they are very, very skilled. They have great vision and a great sense of the game, almost playing like guards at times from the post-up area.
Here's O'Quinn following the basket by T.J. Warren. That's tipped.
And Bender really using that 9'3" standing reach to block these shots. Just a towering presence.
The shot's good.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended a little bit differently. They seem to have the answer for it.
Here's O'Quinn. Following the score by Trevor Ariza. Stolen by Evans. He kicks to Joseph over Daniels. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Joseph's got his first points in this one. Suns leading by 7. Ariza outside. From the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Ariza's got 5 points so far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Nice shot by McDermott.
Man, that's exactly the kind of ball rotation you'll want to see from Evans. Throws it to the wide open shooter.
Reed with it. There's the pick. Daniels dishes to Bender. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for the Suns.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses.
And Bender's one of those guys just oozing with potential. A big man who runs the floor well and uses his size down close to the basket.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
And really, as recently as 2014, the Pacers were a team with that old school front court. Some tall timber inside, and they played that slow, methodical pace. They have revamped the roster, looking to space the floor and really fire it up on offense.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Daniels, no good. And the Pacers now looking to revamp how they approach things. The rebuild is on, it would appear.
Yeah, and a good time to do it when they saw Paul George would be leading. It won't be easy to make the transition, but the Pacers do have a good collection of young talent.
There's the pick. The dish to Bender. Pass to Warren. In the corner, Daniels. And again, it's the Suns missing. Pacers trail by 5. Here's Evans. It's blocked. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Bender, and he makes good on the layup.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Indiana's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Now here's Joseph, guarded closer. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. Trevor Ariza, 4th.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
We've seen a lot of 3 men be great scorers over the past couple years, but these guys fit right in the category of being some of the best passers, almost point guard like skills. Crisp ball movement is never an issue with any of them on the floor.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
McDermott for 3, and the 3 ball is good. McDermott's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Pacers. Suns leading by 4. There's the screen. Daniels kicks to Reed. And there's the pass to Warren. Stolen by O'Quinn. Here's Evans. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Man, if you're that tenacious on the drive to the basket, you can get that kind of contact. Evans did it there.
Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
First free throw is good.
Last time the Suns saw postseason basketball was back in 2010. This team knows that the next step for them in the rebuilding process is to get back to competitive level of play. These Suns fans are certainly not used to not seeing postseason basketball in the desert.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And the Suns, they've had so much success as a franchise, Brent, for so long. This is actually their longest playoff drought in team history.
Yeah, they've had a ton of playoff consistency, and they were unlucky to not ever have won a title, especially during the years of Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and when Grant Hill was added to that roster. Great talent and a great style under Mike D'Antoni. All those teams came up a little bit short. Now they've got a young roster that's trying to get back to try and experience and taste what it's like to be in those kind of games.
And it's tied up with that one.
And McDermott is such a fearless scorer. You saw that in college, and can be a sniper at times. And in games where he gets engaged offensively, he becomes so much more dangerous. It's good for teammates to look for him once you see a couple Dougie McBuckets baskets go in.
And that one's good. Daniels has got his first points of the night. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly. He talked about how important that is for an NBA locker room.
Players do the policing. Coach sets a standard, but players individually call out other players, you know, whether it be timeout, whether it be halftime, whether it be pulling guys to the side, you know, in practice. When you have that going on, you see multiple guys doing that, that's when you know you have a good team.
Don't you need a player like this of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork, you know, have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room, because Chandler has got that covered.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, that prevented some points, didn't it? Also, how you have that intimidation factor going early on. You wonder if in the fourth quarter they'll think back to the first.
And so in the game for the Pacers, they've got McDermott. Sabonis is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Evans in at the 2 spot. Now, here's O'Quinn. No good that time. Some solid defense from Reed.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often. But the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Now McDermott. 9 points in the game so far. Sabonis, no good.
I'm just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
Ariza kicks to Reed. Feeds to Warren. Over O'Quinn. And the Suns tack on 2 more. Pacers trail by 7. And Joseph kicks to O'Quinn. Here's the screen. Got a piece of it. Here's Reed, and it's blocked. From 15 feet away, and he overshot that one, missing. Suns leading by 7. Ariza kicks to Daniels. Out left to the wing. Ariza outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Brent, the last team you played for, the Houston Rockets. Your dad, your older brother John, also played for the Rockets. What's this connection between the city of Houston and the Barry family?
I've asked them that same question in Houston, and I even talked to Daryl Morey about putting a Barry graveyard across the street where it is that all 3 of us, our career had ended. I'd love to see a tombstone over there with Rick, John, and Brent.
Well, it'd be...
Maybe we'll add a few more to it, Kevin.
Well, the way you played there, the way you played your career, and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting stop that you all were there at one time.
I think it's crazy that we all ended in Houston, though.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is.
3 careers ending with one organization.
Isn't that something?
Weird.
And the Suns here with a different look. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Dragan Bender. Chris comes in for T.J. Warren. Booker, he's checked in for Reed. And Knight subbed in for Daniels. Both free throws good from Trevor Ariza. Pacers trail by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Chandler with the block. Turner with the steal. Chandler with the steal. Booker outside. Over Oladipo. The rebound by Turner.
Just wondering why the defense is laying off. Luckily, they didn't pay for their mistake.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Turner with a screen for Oladipo. They double him with Booker. They need this one. Indiana again missing.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Collison, the pass to Young. Young sets a screen for Oladipo. Off the screen. It's tipped.
That's some good use of the length right there from Marquise Chris, reaching out and swatting that one away.
Chandler with the ball. Picked up by Turner. Here's Chris. A beautiful reverse layup. Chris has got 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And it's fair to say Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man. And a moment here to check out the numbers for Chandler. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 15th in rebounding. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Thaddeus Young. And with Chandler, Greg, he still rebounds at a fantastic rate, even though he's the team veteran. As long as he gets minutes, he'll get you some boards.
And part of that is because he's always been one of the smarter rebounders in our league. Just aware of how to set up and track the basketball after the shot goes up. And he makes great use of his length and strength.
Well, you know exactly what you're getting with Chandler at this point of his career.
Well, Chandler, one of the few guys in the league who was drafted while I was still playing, Kevin. I guess I'm getting old, but not quite as agile defensively as he used to be, but still a guy who barks out orders from behind, a great locker room leader, and takes the time to help these young guys know what it takes to be a professional.
And he can't get the first one.
Chandler has some experience, but still can be very impactful on the defensive end of the floor.
He hits the second from the line. Pacers trail by 10. Collison kicks to Young. Collison against Knight. Collison dishes to Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. On the wing, Jackson. He dishes it to Chandler. And the dunk by Chandler.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line. Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Now, here is Knight. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Inside, Turner with the steal. Bogdanovich with it, guarded now by Jackson. Bogdanovich against Jackson. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich, a talented scorer, likes getting involved down low.
Phoenix leading by 6. Knight passes to Jackson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again. So hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. You know, do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
That one is no good. And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Here's Collison after Josh Jackson's bucket. Turner with the screen. Here's the screen. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Turner with the screen on Jackson. Here's Bogdanovich. And that one comes up a bit short. Suns leading by 8. Booker with it. Out guarded by Bogdanovich. And Chris throws it down.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Collison, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Knight against Collison. A nice shot by Knight. And it's a 12-point Phoenix lead. Indiana's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Down low. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Collison. 8 points for Miles Turner.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here is Knight. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. We'll look at Cleveland. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Indiana, just way behind.
I think for the Pacers, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yep, any glimmers of hope that may have been there early for them have all just disappeared at this point. It's looking more and more like a season that will not end well for this team. Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
Puts one up from 19. That's tipped.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Now here's Booker. Left side Chandler. Clock at 4. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Collison with the screen for Bogdanovich. Elbow shot. No good on that one. So Phoenix will take it the other way. This their first chance this season playing the Pacers.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
A drive by Collison. Count that bucket. Collison's got 6. Suns leading by 12. Here is Knight. Booker in the post. Guarded by Oladipo. Chandler out to Chris. No good with the triple.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Collison with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Pass to Oladipo. Offensive rebound. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul. And Thaddeus Young he's got a unique offensive skill set. I mean, he really is able to score over bigger players with just an array of little hooks and floaters and off-balance shots in the lane.
He's off on the first. And Greg, at about 6'8", what is it that enables Young to finish so well inside?
I think it's more finesse than power. Not a lot of free throws for him, but he can get his shot off quickly before the shot blockers have time to gather.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And he sinks the second. Suns leading by 11. Daniels with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game, and he comes up with the deuce.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Kicks to Joseph. There's the pick. Evans outside. He feeds it to Young. Charity stripe shot. Here's O'Quinn, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one is on Ariza.
Easy to see that foul call there as O'Quinn, the wide body, gets in there for contact.
Watch Kyle O'Quinn play, and you see a player who is a solid option off the bench.
Well, at a Norfolk State, Kyle O'Quinn has the kind of size that you would want for that position. I'm not sure necessarily about a skill set as a stretch 4 out there, but he brings great energy, a nose for rebounding, and comes in and gives you consistent effort.
And the first one drops.
And over time, O'Quinn has carved out a nice role for himself, a capable and bruising big.
The Pacers making a switch here. Sabonis is checked in. And so O'Quinn nails both of them. Brent, over the past decade, we've seen the creation of several super teams. How hard is it to manage the various egos and make sure the touches are the same, or at least they understand why the touches are being doled out the way they are?
I think the teams that have great management and great coaches that are in touch with these guys, Kevin, understand what type of player are you getting, doing your homework and understanding, are these guys at a situation in their careers where they're still needing to prove something, or are they ready to get down to the business of winning? If it's about winning, that ego goes out the door.
Now, here is Reed. This is to Daniels. 5 to shoot. Over in the corner, Warren.
That's some ferocious defense from O'Quinn, staying very active and getting his hands up.
Evans outside. Pass to Sabonis. 11 feet away. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists now in this one. Suns leading by 9. Now Daniels. Warren dishes to Bender. Back to Warren. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start, but Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
Both free throws good from Warren. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. And Joseph kicks to McDermott. Evans with it. He's picked up by Ariza. And it's Evans missing.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Ariza no luck. Pacers trail by 11. Lets it go from 11. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Evans. That one goes for the first time tonight, and apparently 8 is enough. Mark him 1 for 8.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And here's Daniels. The feed to Warren. Over O'Quinn, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Joseph. The shot, no good. And so it's Phoenix ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Tyson. How have you controlled the tempo in the game in the first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
Tyson, thanks. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Devin Booker putting in some incredible work. He had 12 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie. They were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots. Did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
And here are the Suns now. They've led by as many as 14 points. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Booker the 2 and Jackson the 3, the up-and-coming wing pair. Chris and Chandler are up front, and it's Knight in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Now here's Oladipo. Devin Booker missing his last shot. There's the dish to Young. Fires for 3. Bogdanovich, no luck. Suns leading by 9. Knight with it. Picked up by Collison. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, you got to have a tough mentality if you're a guard in this league, and Brandon Knight gets in there and draws the contact.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Listen, 84 is a really good number to post at the foul line, and that's where he's at on the year.
Well, Knight as a decisive guard can be much better than when he's out there thinking through plays.
Collison kicks to Turner. Collison against Knight. The drive by Collison. Back to Turner. Tries again. He kicks to Collison. Tries yet again. Some solid defense from Knight.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Pacers trail by 12. Here's Bogdanovich. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists in the game. You know, Brent, the one thing we've seen from Coach Earl Watson is that he has a very good working relationship with his roster. His players have always said they have the trust of their coach.
Well, that's the key buzzword for what it is that Earl Watson wants to do with this young ball club, is that he wants to grow as they grow, and he wants to know that at all times Earl Watson has their back. He wants them to have the kind of success in the league that is going to afford them everything that they want, and he never shies away about talking about those things.
And he makes the first. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
Scoring has never been an issue for Booker, but as he grows into a bigger role, Brent, on this team, you'll want him to do more than just score.
Of course, a remarkable shooter. You'd like his shot selection to get better. But you'll wonder, as this team grows and grows around what Devin Booker has in terms of his potential, where it is that he can go.
Now, here is Knight. He has 5. Outside for Jackson. And here's Booker from the arc. Good on the triple. Booker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Booker a threat from downtown when he's squared up. He fires with confidence.
Bogdanovich against Jackson. Pass to Knight. And it's Chris in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Knight, no good. Pacers trail by 14. Here's Oladipo. True on the 14-footer. Oladipo's got his first 2 points of the night.
Victor shows a little bit of touch there from the mid-range. A knockdown shooter from that spot on the floor.
Down low. Here's Chris. Out tonight. And there's the pass to Chandler. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Oladipo's running.
An aggressive Oladipo forcing the issue on the drive there.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And when you watch Oladipo, you just like his explosiveness. Every moment he can come out there, he's got some room to get to it. He could take off on you and make something extremely exciting and athletic happen. He streamlined his game a little bit, so when he's not playing in a hesitant mode, he becomes that much more impactful.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Brent Oladipo, as you said, can just be a ball of energy out there on the floor.
I like the fact that Oladipo is honing in on his skilled shots. Still trying to figure out exactly what he does well, but he can't be passive. He's got to be aggressive. When he makes those kind of decisive plays, it ends up helping him and his teammates more often.
And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Turner with the screen. Here's Bogdanovich. The three-pointer, no good. Suns leading by 10. Jackson drives in, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's a call. It's on Indiana with the foul. He's made only 2 free throws, not shooting well from the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Both free throws good from Jackson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
A moment here to look at the numbers for Darren Collison. His last 10 games, getting around 12 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he's in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind. I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look.
Knight for three. The rebound by Young. Young's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Oladipo's got it back down to within single digits for the Pacers. Now here's Knight. 5 points in the game. Chandler with the screen on Collison. A nice shot by Knight. Knight's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Knight is solid at getting loose inside. He finds a way to score deep in the paint.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. It's hauled in by the Suns. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Pacers trail by 13. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. The kick out to Young. It's Turner, high post. Phoenix grabs the miss. Booker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Good defensive work there by Young.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely. I'm not sure why anyone would leave him alone at that range. Head scratcher.
Kicks it out to Booker. Jackson drives in, and that one drops. Jackson's got 10 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Collison dishes to Turner. Looking to get it going. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Chris throws it down.
Now Marquise Chris is becoming one of those guys you gotta see when he's jamming it down.
Here's Collison. 6 points for him. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Knight.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
Jackson from long range. Knight passes to Chris. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Knight's got his 6th assist on the night.
And Chris finding a nice rhythm in this game and getting to the spots on the floor where he can be most effective.
Now here's Collison. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Knight on the wing. He's covered by Collison. No good from Booker. Bogdanovich against Jackson. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. He's got 12. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Suns.
The saying is live by the 3 and die by the 3, and they are living quite comfortably, I might add, out there. You almost expect every chance they hoist up to find its way through the netting. Right now, they are opening up a lot of chances inside as the defense has to respect them when they step up to the line from deep.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Over the decades, the way the league has grown, phenomenal, due in no small part to the leadership. Brent, what are some of the key traits you've seen of these 2 great NBA commissioners?
I think the one thing about both David Stern and Adam Silver that they have done a great job with is that they're approachable. There doesn't seem to be a time, at least in an NBA player's career, where they don't feel like they could either call the office and within maybe a day or 2 hear from somebody from the league office. But the fact that both David Stern and Adam Silver find their way out to arenas throughout the regular season, come to see every team, That approachability, I think, far and away sets those two gentlemen aside.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Yep, that one goes. Bender's got his second basket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
O'Quinn with it. Now guarded by Bender. Can they get it? A second chance effort. Sabonis with the bucket. Sabonis has got his third bucket of the night.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Reed kicks to Warren. Back to Reed. They set the pick. Daniels. Rebounded by McDermott.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Following the shot by Evans. Ariza outside. Over Joseph. Ariza with the bucket. Ariza's got 12 points in the game.
They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Pacers fourth.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
Shooting two.
First one falls for him.
Well, you knew that Doug McDermott was going to be a classic shooter when he came into the league with all those points he racked up at Creighton University. A great shooting motion, a high, quick release. And I'm just impressed with the range that he's able to fire from. Sometimes 4 or 5 feet from behind the line, no problem from Dougie McBuckets.
And McDermott drops them both. And Brent with McDermott, he does have great range. It's something that defenders have to respect and is opening up more for him.
And the idea for McDermott is you cannot be a one-trick pony in this league, Kevin. So getting more comfortable at times, maybe playing with the back to the basket, moving off of screens, maybe cutting around defenders. He's going to have to show some more versatility in his offensive game to stick around.
Here's Reed. And it's Ariza in the corner. Back to Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Oh, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And the Pacers with possession here after the Suns pick up 2.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And he gets it to go.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
One shot on the lanes.
That free throw good from Reed. Indiana's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Now here's McDermott. Not a lot of room. Rebound by the Suns. Bender's got 6 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer. Rebounded by McDermott. McDermott's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Joseph, that's good.
Look, shooters know where other shooters are, and if you're not shooting, make the pass, and Doug did it there.
52 seconds left here in the third quarter. Nice work there coming off the screen. Daniels has got 7 points.
That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
O'Quinn dishes to Evans. Kick by O'Quinn. A floater. Bender with the rebound. Bender's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now, here's O'Quinn. 6 points for him. Here's Evans. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Sometimes Evans gives you that speed burst, and that makes him so much more difficult to guard. He's a real problem given his size and versatility.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Evans.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Evans.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle.
Here is Daniels. He's covered by Joseph. Back to Daniels. Over Joseph. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's the Phoenix Suns holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And so here is Indiana. And so in the game for the Pacers, Corey Joseph is out there with Tyreke Evans, and it's Leaf in at the 4-man position. With some arc. Back to Joseph from deep. It's hauled in by the Suns.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Warren, good. Indiana's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Evans kicks to Joseph, passes it to Poitras. Feeds it to Evans. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Well, that look inside is a comfort zone for Evans. Really presents a tough challenge for the defense because of his strength and quickness down there.
Here's Cannon, right side Williams. He dishes it to Warren. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Poitras, the pass to Evans. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. Yeah, it's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach make sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Jackson, he's checked in for Dudley. Devin Booker comes in for Troy Daniels. And it's Brandon Knight in for Isaiah Cannon. And that one falls for Williams. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Joseph against Knight. Kicks it to Young. He feeds it to Turner. Over Williams. The shot by Turner no good. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Warren. Dishes it to Knight. Over Joseph. Here's Warren. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. And Indiana shooting it pretty low, 34% thus far. The dunk with the foul on top of it. So strong.
Yeah, and how Bogdanovich keeps his concentration on the basket is impressive. Even when he's getting fouled, he stays with the play.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for the Suns. Marquise Chris comes in for Warren. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Indiana. Collison comes in for Corey Joseph.
One shot.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. Hey, Brent, we've seen Hall of Fame players become coaches, but often it seems like the smart role player, they sustain more success in that role of head coach. Why is that?
I think, Kevin, a lot of times the role player is a conduit between both ends of the spectrum of your team. He can communicate with the star player. He can also talk to the guy who's the 12th man on the bench and make sure that both of them are getting what it is that they need to be in the best position to succeed. That's why you see a lot of players in that middle ground who do a great job of becoming NBA coaches as they understand the role of each.
And the work ethic, too, because for role players, maybe it hasn't come as easy. Whereas for a superstar, it was too easy.
That's true, Kevin. And how much work do you have to do with the most talented player on your team? It's pretty specific what his role is going to be. I think a role player who ends up being a coach understands the work dynamic of the rest of the team surrounding that player to create a great positive environment around your star.
And Young slams it home.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
Chandler a screen. Pass to Booker. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Knight against Collison. Oladipo for 3. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. And that's 15 points for Victor Oladipo. Suns leading by 15. There's a screen by Chris. Knight kicks to Chris. And Chris throws it down.
Well, Chris and his size, along with his speed, make him a tough guard in the pick and roll. If he gets off that screen quickly, he's very agile.
Indiana's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. There's the feed to Oladipo. And it's good off the back rim and in. Oladipo's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
They set the screen. Out to Chris. Shoots a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
That's all about shot selection there from Marquise Chris. A good one and a good focused concentration.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Screen by Young. Back to Collison. The tray. Trains the three-pointer.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside Knight. Pass to Chris. Back to Knight. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Suns lead by 17.
Quick release of Knight comes in handy that time on the inside, especially with the defense on him.
Collison the pass to Turner. Looking to get back on track here. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
One shot.
Suns leading by 14. Knight with it. And it's Chris in the corner. Back to Knight. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Collison. And the Pacers tack on 2 more. Phoenix with the ball. And it's Chris in the corner. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the middle. Young's shot is off. The Suns have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Jackson in the corner. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got assist number 8 here in this one already. There's the pick. And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Off target with the open look.
Were those guys back on defense? I didn't see him. Somehow someone missed an assignment. Luckily he bricked the mid-range.
Here's Jackson. That one no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Kept alive. Turner. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
I mean, he is just demoralizing his opponent right now on the backboard. They didn't want anything to do with him on that possession. Almost like they were just giving up on the play.
Well, we saw this same kind of attack in the last game. Ferocious effort in back-to-back outings.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Booker. No good. Shot missing. Nice D from Oladipo. Here's Bogdanovich. Chris with the rebound. Chris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The drive by Booker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside. Throws himself at the D to get the call.
No good on the free throw.
Devin Booker is flat out a scoring machine. He shoots a pretty decent percentage from everywhere on the floor.
Good on the second free throw.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now here's Collison. Screen by Young. Shot off the pick. Collison, no good.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take. He's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Outside Jackson. Outside Knight. Another shot. Jackson misses.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
Oladipo dishes to Young. He kicks it to Collison. And the pass to Oladipo. Young, a screen on Booker. And for 3, Collison. Indiana getting another chance here. And he gets the bucket. And it's 9 points for Thaddeus Young. Suns leading by 13. Knight passes to Chandler. Back to Knight. Jackson against Bogdanovich. That's good from Chandler on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
Chandler skilled on the inside. Not many defenders are going to match up with his size down there.
And the Pacers call time here.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
He's really built up that assist total over the course of this game. And it's a great thing to have that kind of passing coming from a position other than the point. That ensures the ball will always be moving and nobody will be left out of the offense.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Here's Collison. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And haven't done as much damage inside as they did in the first half, but they should not get away from that. They can still put pressure on the D if they pound it inside.
Well, Darren Collison going through the free agency process this last summer. Greg, Indiana jumped at the chance to add him to the roster.
Yeah, and with Collison and his ability to play in so many ways, that is what made teams go after him. He doesn't always take a big signing to change the complexity of a team. Getting solid contributors like Collison go a long way in building the foundation of a team.
Here's Booker. They can take their time on this possession.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Chandler kicks to Knight. Back to Chandler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Booker from the arc. Again, the miss by Booker.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Turner with the screen. Collison dishes to Oladipo. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got 6 assists here tonight.
And this is one of those games, Oladipo, when he gets it going, he can be a handful.
Chandler is screen. Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Now here's Collison. Some solid defense from Knight. 1:32 left here in the fourth quarter. Booker the pass to Knight. Here's the teardrop. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Collison. From down low. Goes back up. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. And the Pacers another 3.
And Bogdanovich is a consistent shooter from outside. Once he's in rhythm, he's comfortable from firing from beyond.
Now here's Knight. Chandler is screen. Knight kicks to Booker. The dish now to Chandler. Count it. And the Suns lead by 8.
And how about Chandler muscling his way through that time and focusing on still converting?
There's a screen. Screen by Young. Oladipo for 3. And it's Oladipo again missing. Now Chris. Knight dishes to Jackson. Chandler with the screen on Oladipo. Here's Knight. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. And now it's a 10-point Phoenix lead.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 10. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game. And they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
So it's Phoenix picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Brandon. Great win tonight. You were really diming your teammates up, and that seems like when you're having the most fun out there.
Definitely just get my guys going a lot more, and try to be more of a playmaker. And I enjoy seeing getting guys going and them making shots off my passes.
Great job getting your teammates involved tonight, Brandon. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.